All right, and now as you can see behind me, we are at the NBA playoffs. The Eastern and Western Conference Finals are upon us. We got the Dallas Mavericks against the Golden State Warriors, which as of the time of this recording on a Saturday afternoon, Golden State is up 2-0 on Dallas after Dallas blew a 19-point lead in Golden State on Friday night. Game 3 will be tonight. I do think that Golden State wins this series in 5 games. I already mentioned it on the All Things Couch podcast for Believe Win Media, which you can check out with me and Joey Schneider every Wednesday. I mentioned on that podcast this week that I think Steph Curry is going to win the Most Valuable Player Award in this year's NBA Finals. I think this is Golden State's time. I think they have the best chemistry. I think they have the best experience. And I think they're just a really well-built team. On the East, I think Miami is really tough. But this year, this is where I think Jason Tatum has kind of risen into superstar. He takes out the Nets. He takes out the Bucks, who clearly did miss Chris Middleton in that series. I think if the Bucks have Chris Middleton, they go over the Celtics in the series. But credit to Jason Tatum, Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Robert Williams, Pritchard, all of these guys in the Celtics, they're very tough-minded and they play well together as a team. And Ime Udoka has that team playing very well. For Dallas, man, they feel like a Cinderella story. They feel like the 07 Cavs when LeBron James carried the likes of Sasha Pavlovich, Larry Hughes, Andy Varejao, all those guys against the Spurs in the NBA Finals. It feels like it's just Luka Doncic and a bunch of guys, and Luka Doncic made the Phoenix Suns quit last Sunday night. I mean, that was incredible. He scored as many points in the first half as the old Phoenix Suns team did, and Phoenix, and I said it last week, I said if Phoenix and Milwaukee both lose, which they ended up doing, I predicted that they would both win the game, though I said I would not be surprised if Boston beat Milwaukee. I was very surprised that Phoenix beat Dallas just because of the way Phoenix rolled through everybody, not just Dallas, but everybody in the regular season. The Suns became the first team since the 07 Dallas Mavericks to lead the league in regular season wins and be eliminated before the conference finals. I think Phoenix, they had a good run last year. They destroyed the Lakers. They destroyed Denver. They had a good hard-fought series with the Clippers. But then this year, we saw what Brandon Ingram and the Pelicans did to them. It took them 6 games. We saw what they did up 2-0 on the Dallas Mavericks, and Luka Doncic and Spencer Dinwiddie, who did nothing for Dallas for the first 6 games of the series, finally comes through and makes that trade for Kristaps Porzingis worth it for the Dallas Mavericks with his key performance off the bench, not to mention Jalen Brunson in Game 7. But this is a game that Phoenix absolutely should have won. It's proven all along what I have already known. DeAndre Ayton is not that guy. Now, he is a restricted free agent. We'll see if Phoenix brings him back. I think you got to find more dogs, man. I know DeAndre Ayton is really talented, but this is the reason why New Orleans gave up on Anthony Davis. Great talent, not a winner. Now, obviously, they got a lot in return. Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, Lonzo Ball is no longer there. Brandon Ingram does look like a star. They got Zion Williamson. They got another top pick in the lottery that they can sort of build around. By the way, before I forget, congratulations to the Orlando Magic for winning the lottery. We'll talk more about the draft in due time when the draft gets closer. But Phoenix has a lot of questions that they need to answer, in my estimation. To even bring back Chris Paul. Chris Paul deteriorated, after game 2 of this series. Again, Phoenix lost 4-5. Chris Paul went perfect pretty much against the New Orleans Pelicans in game 6 and wasn't the same since. He seems like a very aging player. Seems like they relied a lot on Devin Booker down the stretch, and Devin Booker is a star. He is not a superstar. He will never bring you home when you need him to bring you home. It took Chris Middleton 6-7 years, but we saw the Milwaukee Bucks miss Chris Middleton in this series, as I already mentioned, against the Celtics. He is a key closer that Devin Booker is not. Jimmy Butler, we'll see what he can do. We've already seen him bring the Heat to the NBA Finals against the Lakers in the bubble. We know the Heat have been there, done that, but this is the year, it feels like, where it's going to be Golden State against Boston in the NBA Finals. It feels like Jason Tatum is rising into superstar status, and Jaylen Brown is rising into star status. as we speak. And these guys are up-minded. They have a good veteran leadership in Al Horford, a coach that they love in Ime Udoka, and they are playing well together as a team, better than Miami right now. I think the Boston-Miami series is a physical series. I think Boston is the better team. I'll pick Boston in 6. I do think Dallas gets a game off Golden State, but I believe ultimately Golden State wins the series in 5 games. I think they're deeper, more experienced. And if I had to guess, I think that Golden State-Boston series is a really good series. I think it goes 6-7 games. I think because Golden State has home court, I think you give the edge to them. I'll pick Golden State in 6. They win it in the TD Garden. They get back on top. And as I mentioned a little bit earlier, Steph Curry wins his first Finals MVP.